Anyone who doesn't accept you for your authentic self is only interested in the character that you play when you're trying to fit in. They are interested in the mask that you wear and can't see your authentic self because you never let that self out to shine to be seen. It explains why we have so many fake friends surrounding us. If you're a clown in your own life, you can only attract madness. Dear Rising Phoenix, it's me again, your host at Ever Wellness Mindful Living. Our main aim is to help you create more meaningful lives for you and your loved ones. In this video, you're going to learn what conformity is, then we'll look at why people conform, and finally, I will share with you 4 exercises that will help you step up to your uniqueness. Okay, so let's figure out what conformity is. Each one of us has their uniqueness. Each one of us has a unique set of traits and tendencies, as well as gifts that we can tap into if we like. Conformity is accepting to be socially influenced to alter one's belief or behavior in order to fit in within a certain group. As Rollo May put it, the opposite of courage in today's society is not cowardice, it is conformity. After all, even a dead fish can go with the flow. So, how is conformity formed? From an early age, we are mostly told what to do without getting much of a chance to make any choices. For instance, most parents pick their children's outfit from the day they're born until teenagehood perhaps. Pretty sure most of us can relate to a time or many times when our parents told us to change into different outfits without much of an explanation. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that giving children a simple choice like picking one or 2 outfits to wear builds their confidence and teaches them cause and effect in decision making? From an early childhood, children are ready to learn and receive instructions. They are told what to do, how to behave, what to wear, what not to wear. Most parents literally force their decisions on their children from birth until they start rebelling, usually around the beginning of teenagehood, in a bid to express their individuality. Unfortunately, at this age, their confidence in expressing their uniqueness that would have made them stand out in the world has already been diminished. The Greek philosopher Aristotle once said, "Give me a child until he is 7 and I will show you the man." There's tons of research to show that the first 8 years of a child's life are the most important of human life, primarily because the brain develops faster between 0 to 5 years than any other time of human life. Also because a child's experiences and social relations help them to form millions of unique brain connections that teach them how to behave throughout their lives. When you're of age, you go to school and look around to see what others are doing, emulating their behavior. People go to school because they were told to go to school and get a good education, and that will make their lives better. Then they graduate and get the job, and the normal thing to do is now show up at work at the expected time and deliver average results like everyone else. Some later go back to school to get some more education because it's trendy, or they think that more education will make them start using their brain better. If today you had all the things you have dreamed of, you can bet you will be using your mind for the same function you are today. This is why most people remain on the same average role in their career, and if they ever rise, it's only to the upper level of average. This is how we ended up with a whopping 83% of the global population working class living in the lower and middle income levels, and only 7% control the high income according to Global Wealth Databook. These are the fruits of a conformist society that moves with global trends and ideologies. The main question is, why do we conform even when we know it isn't necessarily beneficial? Perhaps because conformity is soothing and we want to feel good every now and then. We therefore choose conformity for the calming effect that acceptance by society brings us. Studies show that we have come to a point where our brains look at social condemnation or disapproval as a danger. The human body response to any kind of perceived or imagined danger is not different to how it responds to real danger. Maybe in a future video, we will explore how imagined danger can paralyze our dreams and lives in general. Humans have come to view themselves as separate beings from one another, and therefore feel the need to be liked. Man wants to find his place where he can feel a sense of belonging and be accepted. For that reason, people try to dress, behave, and look like other people in an effort to belong to a certain group or class. People buy things they don't necessarily need in order to look and appear a certain way that they consider acceptable to a certain group or class. In the process, they adapt to a certain behavior that makes them avoid sticking out or appearing different. The end result is a society of people who don't think for themselves, are people who don't make their own crafted goals and ideals and just follow what is working for everyone else. When this happens, your uniqueness is buried. However, most people still want to feel special and distinct from others even as they try to conform. Some want to conform a little and also be different to some extent. And this is understandable because we still need to exist in peace with the rest of the society. For instance, you can't be walking out in the streets with no clothes on because you're unique. Or can you? Here are 4 questions to ask yourself to rediscover your uniqueness. First question is, what are my values? Don't bend, don't water it down, don't try to make it logical, don't edit your own soul according to the fashion, rather follow your most intense obsessions mercilessly. Our values are formed by our core beliefs, which are mainly influenced by our upbringing. Find out your values through journaling and asking yourself simple questions. For instance, what is happiness to me? Is it money, friends, peace, food, art, being online, kindness, fame, children, music, drinking, partying, growth, family, compassion? The list is endless. Ask yourself what values from your family and friends you found difficult to connect with. How have these opinions of others shaped your life, and what do your different opinions tell you about your values? Your values provide your basis for your inner compass. They act as a beacon that keeps redirecting you when you tend to drift off course in your journey of life. The second question to ask yourself is, what are my strengths? Once you find out what your values are, you need to identify what your strengths are in order to incorporate your values with your strengths. Some people are so out of touch with themselves that they don't believe they have any unique strengths. I know because I've been there, and it's not a good place to be. Journaling still helped me with this. I made a list of people who have known me for a reasonable period of time, and I asked them what they thought I was really good at. And then I went on to see the similarities in their feedback, and their honest answers led me to finding out most of my greatest strengths. The more people you can get honest feedback from, the better. The third question, what opinions do I let define me? Opinions are the cheapest commodities on earth. Everyone has a flock of opinions ready to be wished upon anyone willing to accept them. Napoleon Hill. You may want to sit and reflect on your current and past decisions and behaviors that don't resonate with your ideals, values, desires, and joys. Try to answer these questions. What drives me? What things motivate me so much that I want to get up every morning ready to do whatever it takes to achieve them? And am I dedicating enough time to those things? The most liberating thing I have ever done with my life is shedding my need to get approval from other people. Question 4. What's the worst that could happen if I let my authentic self out? Really, what's the worst that could happen? You lose all the people that like you for your flakiness and all those attracted to your mask? You'll probably find your freedom and pursue your passions, leading to your most authentic life. Sounds like heaven to me. Here's your take home. If you don't get up and go after what you want, you may have to settle for what you get. I hope you don't choose the path that is mostly traveled. I hope that you step out in confidence to rediscover your most authentic self and shine in your light. I also hope that this video makes you rethink your priorities and decision to conform to society's expectations. You're welcome to express your most authentic self in the comment section below, whether you agree with me or not. And liking and sharing our videos helps us to know what is beneficial for you and helps us make more relatable material. As usual, it's a big thank you from your home of mindful living. Have a good week.